Okay, so picture this. Thousands and thousands of young people all in one place talking about the future.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. And that's exactly what went down at the Youth Connekt Africa Summit. It was in Kigali, Rwanda. And get this, over 2,800 young leaders showed up ready to make a difference.
That's a lot of people.
It is, right. And they were all about turning Africa's potential, into something real, something amazing.
Yeah, this Youth Connekt thing, it's been around for a while, right?
Yeah, so it actually started back in 2012.
Okay.
And it was this really cool partnership between the Rwandan government and the UNDP.
Gotcha.
The UN Development Program.
Right, right.
And their whole mission is to connect young people with all kinds of opportunities like skills training, mentorship, even getting access to funding to start their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Giving people the tools to succeed.
Exactly. And this summit, it felt like a real turning point. We've been digging into all the articles and reports about it. And honestly, the thing that really blew us away was just how ambitious everyone was.
Ambitious, how so?
Well, okay, take this. Rwanda's Minister of Youth, Jean Philbert Nsenjimana, he comes out and says that Youth Connekt wants to create 10 million jobs.
Whoa.
Yeah. 10 million for young people across the entire continent.
10 million. That's a huge number.
I know, right? It's mind-boggling. So we got to break this down for our listeners because 10 million jobs. How is that even possible?
Yeah, right.
What does that even look like?
Well, okay, so first of all, it's not about just magically making jobs appear out of thin air.
Yeah, that would be nice though.
Yeah, it'd be easy. But no, it's more about helping young people to become, entrepreneurs, innovators, and really skilled professionals in all sorts of fields. So for example, let's look at agriculture.
Okay.
That's a big one in Africa, right?
Absolutely.
So one of the things they talked about at the summit was training young people in modern farming techniques. So, getting them up to speed on the latest and greatest, and then connecting them with digital platforms to sell their products.
Oh, wow.
So it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
You create jobs in agriculture, and you also boost food security across the whole continent. Win-win.
Okay, I see. So it's really about giving them the skills and resources they need to make things happen on their own.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just handing out jobs, it's building a system where they can create their own opportunities.
Right, because they're the future, right?
Totally. And tech is a big part of this, Think about it this way. You could have an app that connects a young entrepreneur in rural Kenya with investors in South Africa.
Oh, wow. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, tech can bridge that gap.
Powerful stuff.
Exactly.
So, okay, jobs are clearly a huge part of the picture, but it sounds like this summit was about way more than that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What else were they focusing on?
Well, they were really emphasizing the potential of Africa's youth in general.
Yeah.
There are almost 200 million young people between 15 and 24.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Right, and these young folks, they're not just sitting around waiting for handouts. They're passionate about tackling big issues.
Like what kind of issues?
Oh, you name it. Climate change, improving healthcare, making sure governments are actually working for the people.
Okay, so they're not afraid to think big. That's great to hear. And it wasn't just young folks leading the charge at this summit, right?
No way. There were some seriously big names there.
Like who?
Okay, so you had Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He was there sharing his story, talking about his journey, and inspiring a whole new generation of entrepreneurs.
Wow, what a speaker to have.
Right. And then you had Dr. Mukisa Kitui.
Who's that?
So he's the Secretary General of UNCTAD.
Okay.
That's the UN agency that focuses on trade and development, so really important stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was there talking about how global partnerships are key to supporting Africa's growth.
I see. So having these big names there, it really shows that this whole initiative is being taken seriously on a global level.
Absolutely. This wasn't just some small-time thing. This was the real deal.
Yeah, summits are great for getting people excited and brainstorming ideas. But what happens after everyone goes home?
Right, that's the big question, right?
Yeah, how do you actually turn all this talk into action?
Well, it's going to take a lot of effort from everyone,
Like who?
Okay, so governments need to step up, right? They need to create policies that support young entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Invest in education, build infrastructure, all that good stuff.
Makes sense.
And organizations like the UNDP, they've got a huge role to play too, providing resources, helping people connect, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so everyone's got a part to play.
For sure. And you know what? Individuals can make a difference too.
Oh, really? Like how?
Well, mentorship is huge. Sharing your skills, your experience, your network with young entrepreneurs can be a game changer.
Yeah, that's true.
And even just spreading the word on social media, talking about this stuff, amplifying their voices, that can make a real difference too.
Yeah, because awareness is everything, right?
Absolutely. So it's not just about sitting back and watching, it's about getting involved, supporting this amazing movement.
Yeah, and recognizing all that potential in Africa's youth.
Exactly. We've seen the goals, the energy, the commitment. Now it's up to all of us to ask ourselves, what role am I going to play in making this dream a reality?
That's a great question for all of us to think about.